Welcome back, naughty new cats. Today we're going to be looking into the metamorphosis into MP-DAO. First, a little bit of history. This one is very close and dear to me because I have been a Metapool advisor since before they launched way back in the day. Something about my very degenerate days in Solana, but I would take Sol, stake it, lend it, use it as collateral, borrow USD, buy more Solana, stake it, borrow. There was some crazy looping in there that I got a very good insight into how DeFi worked, and had some interesting vision for how Metapool could grow in the Near ecosystem. Unfortunately, the timing for Metapool and Near DeFi in general was not very good. By the time that the lending markets on Near were launching, we were literally at the very peak of the DeFi summer and like the last bull market, and as you can imagine, looping on the way down, not very good advice. So that's why Metapool is such an interesting one to me, and even the Near ecosystem in general, because from my humble assessment, a big factor of Solana going up so much was a very hardcore committed group of people basically looping the same assets. The higher the price goes up, the more they borrow, the more they buy. And anyway, not financial advice, it can get very messy on the way down. But the point is, there is immense potential for liquid staking on Near and Metapool in general. So where does that take us? During the bear market, the Meta token was not doing really that well. And at the same time, the Meta team, product and builders at heart, were expanding to other blockchains. They were launching on Ethereum, on Solana, on Q. They're everywhere actually now. They even expanded to Aurora, which says a lot. As this expansion is going on, Metapool improvement proposal number 3 was born. I will be linking all the blog posts down below if you want to check them out. But the too long didn't read, we can just go here to the actual proposal where people voted on chain using their Meta. So first of all, the Meta token as we know it, which also had some issues with sharing name with the Meta shares from Facebook, now Meta, will now be named MP-DAO. The M and the P, the Metapool, and DAO to reflect the nature of community governance. And it will exist on both Ethereum and Nero. How's that for alignment, baby? Second, the Meta token was only transferable until the 15th of November. That's right, from that day onwards, the contract has been frozen, which is fascinating because if we were to chart it, I believe that was also like the bottom of the bear market. And we'll discuss some price implications in just a minute. Next, the MP-DAO will be relaunched, birthed from the ashes like Dumbledore's Phoenix on May 1st, 2020. But this time, it will have EVM support. This one makes people moist. It makes the dragon spit the fire. It makes my bags drop a little bit more. 25% of the total supply will be burned, like the pizza I tried making last night. On relaunch date. Not a tokenomics expert here, but I am. And I'm not an economist, they don't know shit. But 25% less supply is 25 less tokens available for people to dump on you. So maybe it would be 25% price increase, not sure. And finally, locked tokens will continue to vote throughout this period and get rewards in the transition. So this was all the way back in October 2023. And by the way, as far as community governance goes, I do think that the Near ecosystem and the Meta team deserve an award. If we take just 1 minute to look at the voting breakdown, 93.40% voted yay, but pay attention to the against votes. 6.6% voted against, and if you scroll down, I don't know, this feels weird. I personally feel that voting should be private, but people that voted against are actually well-standing OG community members, and they were able to leave comments on why they voted no, including links to Twitter, where they were also able to share the reasoning and spark some conversation there. And as if that wasn't enough, there's also very rich discussion going on in here. Check it out. Some of the arguments made were around the transition to Ethereum and how would gas fees work, And the team was very proactive in addressing that it should be free so it remains accessible to all, and using Snapshot as a tool. There were also questions asked around the burn and whether it's efficient, etc. To be specific, the concerns around the burn were if you burn 25% of supply, that means that the remaining 75% naturally are worth more or carry more weight. But which 25% you burn makes a huge difference. Are you burning the team's allocation or are you burning the community allocation? Finally, there were also some concerns about people that were not able to lock the Meta tokens on the Meta platform would lose their tokens, which means that in reality, 25% burn is probably a low number. I do wonder, probably the team knows by now how many total tokens are actually going to be burned because they were not locked in the platform. Probably some Unchained sleuths could find that too. The point is, the answer to that is, I read somewhere there may be an OTC process for you. But this video is for the people that did lock their tokens, because today we're going to be migrating our Meta tokens to the MP DAO. And as we do, we'll also be looking into some of the important dates. MP DAO token migration date and details. So, you locked your Meta tokens. What the happens next? You may be wondering. Fear not, friend. We've got all the answers for you right here. By the time you're watching this video, the only dates that you really care about are from April the 15th onwards. That was yesterday. Hey, yay! Each user must migrate their Meta locked position to the new MP DAO voting contract. We'll be doing that in just 1 minute. One thing to note is that you cannot migrate tokens if you had requested to unlock those. You must lock it again. All the locked positions will be maintained during the migration, so your MP DAO locking days in the new contract will be the same as they were in the old DAO contract. So in this case, I would just say, just lock it for 30 days, migrate, and then go back to the new one. There will also be some changes to the way that the function is calculated. MP DAO grants will be put on hold for the month of April. And yeah, go check out the comments if you want all the detail. Now, let's go do the juicy meat. On the Metapool.app website, when you go in, you should see a big fat pop-up banner that says migrate now. In case it doesn't show up because, like me, you have visited before, dismissed it, and now you are back, there is a very friendly and impossible to miss banner at the top that prompts you to migrate now. And then the token goes live in 15 days. There's also a countdown. This gives me a bit of PTSD. I just watched the Theory Body Problem on Netflix. So let's click migrate now to see what happens. Takes us to the My Votes page. Also be reached on the menu on the left. And as we start scrolling down, we see the first notice. Important, you need to migrate MP DAO to continue getting rewards. And further down, important, remember that votes will be reset on May 1st. Come back and vote again. Okay, easy. Let's do the migration first, and then we will come back on May 1st and reallocate our votes. Migrate now. Confirm action in your wallet. Prompts us to sign a transaction, approve, and just like that, in exactly 7 seconds, your migration to MP DAO is completed. I don't know why I'm speaking like a robot. Please wait until May 1st to operate on your MP DAO. Until that time, you can still use your voting power, but all new locks are blocked. It seems like that's it. I'm just having a quick browse. It still shows the Meta locked and unlocking and all the previous ones. I guess that by May 1st, all this UI will be updated to show MP DAO. And finally, May 1st, it's not just a day where you have to reallocate your MP DAO votes to validators or proposals. May 1st is also the date where the Uniswap liquidity pool will be launching. So something interesting, perhaps controversial for the new community. I've had some questions myself, a bit of a life existential crisis. Something interesting is that the initial liquidity for MP DAO will now be on Ethereum. And as someone pointed out while voting for the proposal, Ethereum has a fuckload of money and most of the liquidity. So let's go back to what I mentioned at the very beginning around the interesting fact that the price was frozen on November the 15th. Because MP DAO, and look, I shouldn't be doing this. I believe this is somewhat confidential. But if you've watched this far, you deserve a little bit of alpha. So I'm going to share with you something that only special people know. Metapool is, as far as I can tell, a pretty fucking good business. It has consistent fees, it is predictable, the TVL has been growing consistently for the last few months, and most importantly, the value of the asset that the fees are collected in, namely Near and Ethereum, but mostly Near, has also been growing. As of today's prices, and there was a horrible slaughter over the weekend, as of today's prices, it's almost 5-6x, and at the yearly all-time high, it's almost 8x. So when you look at the raw numbers, I may make a separate video analyzing the potential, but all I'm going to say for now is this is one you want to keep attention on. Do your own research. It may be worth it. Uniswap, May 1st. Be there or be square. Awesome, friends. That's it for me. Let me know in the comment section below if you have successfully migrated your meta, if there's anything else that I missed, or if there is anything that you'd like to learn next. I'll be making a lot more of these videos, so if you want to work with me, reach out. Talk soon. Bye.